Right now, as you're watching this video, your brain is lying to you. And it's been doing it all day. Every decision you made today, what you ate, what you wore, even clicking on this video, wasn't really your choice. Want to know who's actually in control? Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you will change how you see, well, everything. Hey friend, welcome back. Look, I need to tell you something, and you might not like it at first. Your brain, this incredible, beautiful organ, is also kind of a lazy con artist. Evolution designed it to take shortcuts, and most of the time, those shortcuts are sabotaging you. I'm talking about cognitive biases. These are mental glitches that make you think you're being rational when you're actually running on autopilot. And here's the kicker, the more you think you're immune to them, the more they control you. Today, we're diving into 5 biases that are secretly pulling your strings every single day. But don't worry, I'm not here to make you paranoid. I'm here to help you see the strings so you can cut them. By the end of this video, you'll have practical tools to outsmart your own brain. Sound good? Let's go. Point 1. Confirmation bias. Alright, first up, confirmation bias. This one's sneaky because it makes you feel smart while making you dumber. Here's how it works, your brain loves being right. Loves it. So when you believe something, your brain becomes a detective looking for evidence that you're correct, and conveniently ignoring anything that proves you wrong. Think about the last argument you had. Maybe it was about politics, or whether pineapple belongs on pizza. Don't point at me. Did you actually listen to the other person? Or were you just waiting for them to finish so you could explain why they're wrong? Yeah. That's confirmation bias whispering sweet nothings in your ear. Real example. Let me give you a real example. Sarah believes she's bad at public speaking. So every time she presents at work, she notices every tiny mistake, her voice cracks once, someone checks their phone. Her brain goes, see? Proof you're terrible. But when 3 colleagues compliment her afterward, she dismisses it, they are just being nice. Meanwhile, her coworker Jake bombs his presentation, forgets his slides, stutters through the whole thing. But Jake thinks he's great at public speaking, so his brain tells him, those technical issues weren't your fault. You recovered like a pro. Same event, completely different realities. Practical tips. So here's what you do. Actively seek out information that contradicts what you believe. I know, it feels wrong. It feels like betraying yourself. But try this, next time you're sure about something, Google the opposite opinion. Read it. Actually engage with it. And here's the uncomfortable part, ask yourself, what would it take for me to change my mind about this? If your answer is nothing could ever change my mind, congratulations. You've found your bias. Write this down, I might be wrong, and that's okay. Put it somewhere you'll see it daily. Your future, wiser self will thank you. Point 2. Sunk cost fallacy. Okay, next one. This bias has probably cost you thousands of dollars and countless hours of your life. It's called the sunk cost fallacy, and it's why you can't quit things that are clearly terrible for you. Explanation. Here's the trap, you've already invested time, money, or energy into something, so you feel like you have to keep going, even when it's not working. Your brain goes, but I've already put in so much. I can't quit now. Fun fact, this is totally irrational. The resources you've already spent? They're gone. Gone. They're called sunk costs because they've sunk to the bottom of the ocean where your rational thinking apparently also lives. Real example. Picture this, Tom bought a gym membership in January for $800 for the year. He went twice in January, 0 times in February. It's now March. His friend invites him to join a rock climbing gym that he'd actually enjoy, but it costs $50 a month. Tom says no. Why? I already paid for the gym membership. So instead, he pays $800 to not go to the gym, rather than losing that money and spending $50 to do something he'd actually enjoy. Or here's one that hurt me personally. I once watched an entire season of a terrible TV show. We're talking paint drying levels of boring, because I'd already watched 3 episodes. 3. That's 2 hours I could have gotten back. But no, I had to finish what I started. Sound familiar? Practical tip. Here's your escape route. Ask yourself this magic question. If I were starting from 0 today, would I choose this? Would you buy that gym membership again? No? Then cancel it. Would you start reading that boring book? No? Put it down. The book police aren't coming. Would you stay in that relationship if you met them today? Ooh, that one got uncomfortable, didn't it? Look, I get it. Quitting feels like failure. But you know what's actual failure? Throwing good time after bad time just because you already threw away some time. Here's your mantra: the best time to quit was before I started. The second best time is now. Give yourself permission to walk away. The money's already gone, but your future doesn't have to be. Point 3, availability heuristic. Alright, number 3 is wild because it makes you terrified of the wrong things while ignoring actual dangers. It's called the availability heuristic, and it's why your aunt thinks airplane travel is deadly but drives without a seatbelt. Explanation. Here's the deal: your brain judges how likely something is based on how easily you can remember examples of it happening. So if something is dramatic, recent, or emotional, your brain goes, oh, this happens all the time. Shark attacks? Everyone's terrified. Know what actually kills more people every year? Vending machines. Coconuts. Literally coconuts falling on heads. But you're not scanning the beach for suspicious palm trees, are you? Real example. Let's talk about Jessica. She saw a news story about someone getting food poisoning from a salad. Super dramatic story, the person was hospitalized, whole thing. Now Jessica won't eat restaurant salads. Ever. But Jessica eats gas station sushi. She leaves chicken on the counter for hours. She doesn't wash her hands after touching raw meat. Why? Because she hasn't seen a dramatic news story about her specific risky behaviors. Or here's a business example. A startup founder hears about one company that failed because they spent too much on marketing. So they decide to spend almost nothing on marketing. Meanwhile, they ignore the 10,000 companies that failed because nobody knew they existed. The plural of anecdote is not data, people. Practical tips. So here's how you outsmart this one. When you're making a decision based on fear or excitement, pause. Ask yourself, am I reacting to a memorable story, or to actual statistics? Then, and this is key, actually look up the statistics. I know, research sounds boring. But you know what's more boring? Being afraid of the wrong things. Scared of flying? Look up the actual numbers. You're more likely to die driving to the airport. Think you'll definitely win the lottery because you heard about a winner? Check the odds. They're worse than being struck by lightning. Twice. Write this down: memorable doesn't mean common. And bonus tip, be extra skeptical of your own decisions right after watching the news or scrolling social media. Those platforms are literally designed to show you the most dramatic, memorable stuff. They're availability heuristic feeding machines. Make decisions based on data, not drama. Your brain will fight you on this, but that's how you know it's working. Point 4, Dunning-Kruger effect. Now this next one? This one's going to sting a little. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect, and it explains why your uncle who watched 3 YouTube videos thinks he knows more than doctors. But plot twist, you do this too. Explanation. Here's the brutal truth. When you first learn a little bit about something, you feel like an expert. Your confidence skyrockets. Your dangerous levels of confident. Then, as you actually learn more, you realize how much you don't know, and your confidence tanks. It's why beginners are often super cocky, and actual experts are usually humble. The less you know what you're missing. David Dunning said it best: the fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. Actually, that was Shakespeare, but Dunning studied it, so we'll give him partial credit. Real example. Let me tell you about Marcus. Marcus watched a documentary about nutrition and read 2 blog posts. Now he's giving unsolicited health advice at dinner parties. Actually, you should never eat carbs after 6 p.m. Detox teas will change your life. Calories don't matter, it's all about food combinations. Meanwhile, his sister is a registered dietitian with a master's degree and 10 years of experience. She's constantly saying things like, it depends, and the research is still unclear on that, and everyone's body is different. Who does the family listen to? Marcus. Because he sounds so confident. His sister sounds uncertain because she actually understands the complexity. Or here's me, circa 2019, I took one coding class and immediately thought, I could build the next Facebook. 2 weeks later, I couldn't figure out why my button wouldn't change color. Humility achieved. Practical tip: here's your defense. The moment you feel super confident about something you just learned, stop. That feeling? That's the danger zone. Ask yourself, what are 3 things I definitely don't know about this topic? If you can't list them, you're on Mount Stupid. That's the technical term, by the way. There's literally a graph with a peak called Mount Stupid. And here's the flip side. If you're feeling uncertain or overwhelmed by something you've been studying for a while, that's actually a good sign. That's you being smart enough to see the complexity. Try this exercise. Before giving advice or making a big decision, rate your expertise from 1 to 10. If you said 8 or above and you've spent less than 100 hours studying this topic, yeah, that's Dunning-Kruger talking. The wisest words you can say: I don't know enough about this yet. Confidence is good. Unearned confidence is just loudness with a diploma from YouTube University. Point 5. Present bias. Okay, final one, and this might be the most powerful because it's why you can't save money, can't stick to diets, and keep binging shows until 3 a.m. even though you have work in the morning. It's called present bias, and it's your brain's favorite excuse. Explanation. Here's the problem: your brain values immediate rewards way more than future rewards. Like, way more. Even when the future reward is objectively better. Your brain right now is like, ooh, cookie. And future you is like, but we have health goals. And present you goes, future me's problem. They're probably fine. Spoiler, future you is you. You're just screwing yourself and calling it living in the moment. Real example: meet Rachel. Rachel knows she should save for retirement. She's seen the compound interest charts. She understands that saving $200 a month now will be worth hundreds of thousands later. But that $200 right now? That could be a nice dinner. New shoes. Another streaming service she'll use twice. So Rachel chooses the dinner. Every month. And she tells herself, I'll start saving next month when I get that raise. Except the raise comes, her spending increases to match it, and future retirement Rachel is still broke. Or here's a personal one: I used to hit snooze every morning. 10 more minutes won't hurt. I'd tell myself. You know what happened? I was late, rushed, stressed, and started every day feeling like garbage. But that 10 minutes felt so good in the moment. Present bias is why gyms are empty by February but packed in January. Your January self makes plans that your February self has to execute, and February you is like, why did past me sign me up for this? Practical tip: here's the hack. You have to make future rewards feel immediate. I know that sounds impossible, but stick with me. Strategy 1. Make your future self feel real. Seriously, some studies had people look at age-progressed photos of themselves and they immediately started saving more for retirement. They saw that person as them, not some stranger. Strategy 2. Tie future consequences to now. Want to save money? Transfer it to savings the second you get paid, before you can spend it. Want to exercise? Put your gym clothes on first thing in the morning. Don't negotiate with present you, they're not trustworthy. Strategy 3. Make bad choices harder and good choices easier. Delete food delivery apps if you're trying to save money. Put your phone across the room if you're trying to sleep better. You're not using willpower, you're using friction. Here's your mantra: future me is real me. Every decision you make is a gift or a curse to someone who doesn't exist yet but is definitely, 100%, going to be you. Treat them with the love and respect you'd want from past you. Present you wants instant gratification. But future you wants to not hate everyone who came before them. Be the hero of your own timeline. Conclusion: okay, friend, let's bring this home. Your brain is incredible, but it's also kind of a mess. Confirmation bias makes you ignore the truth. Sunk cost fallacy keeps you stuck in bad situations. Availability heuristic makes you fear the wrong things. Dunning-Kruger makes you overconfident when you should be curious. And present bias sacrifices your future for a moment of comfort. But here's the beautiful part: now you know. And awareness is the first step to freedom. You're not broken. You're just human. These biases exist because they helped your ancestors survive. But you're not running from saber-toothed tigers anymore. You're trying to build a life you love. So start small. Pick one bias from today. Watch for it this week. Catch yourself in the act. And when you do, don't beat yourself up, just smile and go, nice try, brain. Not today. You've got this. You're smarter than your shortcuts. Now, if this video helped you see your own thinking more clearly, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe, because we're going to keep unpacking the messy, beautiful psychology of being human. And drop a comment, which bias hit home for you. I read every single one. Until next time, stay curious, stay skeptical, and stay kind to future you. I'll see you in the next video.